Hi, this is Tarot Off the Cuff, and my name is Kevin Quigley. Janis Garan comes to the tarot from a career in information technology. She believes in personal empowerment and clear vision. She also is the creator of the Tarot Salon Detroit, which gives tarot readers a venue to come together, share their skills and stories, in addition to giving her an excuse to bake lots of cookies for large groups.
Well, hi there, everybody. I am Janis Garan, and you are at Tarot Off the Cuff. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I am using a deck called the Chibi Tarot, a cute take on an ancient tradition. In the way of education, I had to Google the word chibi because I did not know really what it was, even though I've had the deck for quite a while. According to the internet, chibi is a form of stylized character drawing that originates in Japan, and the characters are usually between like 2 and 4 heads tall. Also, chibi is a Japanese slang word describing something short, so kind of short and cute or stubby, something like that. Anyway, do your own research as well, but that's what I found. Today, I am using this majors only deck in the hopes of talking to you about how do we use a majors only deck when we're doing readings, or at least one way we can do a majors only reading. But because this is Tarot Off the Cuff, we're going to pull a card at random and use it as a jumping off point for the topic that I'm hoping to talk about. All right, what do my viewers most need to know at this time about using a majors only deck in their own readings? Totally at random. I have not seen which card is coming up. This is hilarious. Okay, let me tell you why super fast, and then I'll cut to the chase. In one of my previous videos, I used a majors only deck in the hopes of talking about, how to use majors only decks, and I got the Lover's Tarot. Very different though, because I pulled it from the Golden Visconti Tarot, which is like a Milan or Milanese. Is that how you would pronounce it? Milanese? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Tarot from about the 1470s in Italy, the Milan area. There we go. The Lovers. I'm going with what I said before. You have choices if you even want a majors only deck. Some people I know read only with the majors. I have used them, and the majors do cover very important topics in the tarot. They are the archetypes in the deck, the first 22 cards, the story also known as the Fool's Journey. Here's what I love as well. As a partner with an entire deck, you can use majors only decks in your reading. So it's a nice partnership. It's one blessed by God and the angels. It's not the devil, even though she seems to be handing out a skull and a snake, but we know what happened in the Garden of Eden. In any case, you can absolutely use a majors only deck along with an entire tarot deck, or you can take your tarot deck, separate out the majors, and use them separately in the same reading. I actually like playing with a full deck, but let me talk about that second option first. One way in which I've used the majors, when I had time to separate them out between readings, is I'd use the majors first and have a person pick, or I would pick on their behalf, a card that represents like you are here, where they are or who they were, or the major arcana reason that they were there getting a reading today. So if I was, and then I'd use the rest of the deck for the reading. You could do that by separating out the major arcana, finding where they are today. I'm going to give you an example in a minute. Let's say the Death card, then shuffling the whole deck back together and doing the reading with a whole deck. Or I've also done this. I bought a second copy of the deck that I use. In the past, I have separated out the majors and kept the other deck whole. I would use the majors to shuffle. While I had the client shuffling the whole deck, I would mix up the major deck and I would pull a card and look at it myself. Let's say it's the death card. And it would help me know why they were here. So let's use the example of the death card, although we got the lover's card. Let's go with death for a second. It may tell me that they're there because of endings happening in their life, or that endings are going to happen in their life. Endings and new beginnings, right? Because that's what the death card is about. Because I got the lover's card today, if somebody pulled this out of the deck, they may want to know about relationships. They may have choices to make. Some people love this card and some people don't love this card, and this is true. Some people think that this talks about primary love relationship as far as meaning of the card goes. Some readers believe that this says that there's trouble in paradise because they point out that there's an entire mountain between these two. Usually and she actually has a worried look on her face and he doesn't look so happy either. So that actually doesn't totally bode well for relationship if I were just reading this card in a reading. People point out that, that there may be trouble in paradise. In other decks, she's looking up at the angel, he's looking at her. They say we're not, communicating, or we're not working on the same things, perhaps. We're not focusing on the same things. In a lot of decks, readers feel that the true, like the love card, the real love card, maybe is not the lovers per se, but is the Two of Cups, where you have two people facing each other, eye to eye, equals, holding two glasses, cheering each other, ching ching. And that is friendships, partnerships, and the best love relationships. In any case, I kind of digress. It's not so much talking about the meaning of the lover's card, although I'm glad I followed my intuition, and that, because maybe some of you needed to hear me say that, I followed the conversation in my head. And as a reader, I suggest you do that. Hopefully you can find your way back to where you were when you kind of went off the primrose path and resume the reading. But usually intuitive messages are very important during readings. Back to using two decks, a majors only and a regular deck. You know what's interesting? Have you ever had the experience where you are shuffling up a deck for yourself, you're pulling a card, you pull a card, you're like, ugh, I don't like that one, I don't want that one, I was hoping not to see that one, didn't want that answer, I'm just gonna sneak it back in the deck, shuffle up, pull another card, lo and behold, the same card comes up, or worse, it jumps out of the deck, right? These are called stalker cards. I've seen this happen. It's happened to me. It's happened in readings that I've done. It's happened in a class that I just did last night. This is the universe, in my opinion, or the tarot, or whatever you want to say, basically bonking you on the head with that card. Pay attention, wake up. This is information you really need to hear. So, similarly, when you use a majors only deck and also a full deck, you have the opportunity for the majors card that came up, that either you chose, you had the client choose on their behalf. Sometimes I will, smush the cards across the table. I won't hold them in my hand, but so you can see this. And I'll say, I'm going to have you pick one card out of this smaller deck. There's their significator. It represents them, why they came in. Then put that to the side, again, as your significator. And when you're doing the reading, does that card come up again? It can even be two different decks. You don't need like the chibi, or this is the world. There are two versions of it, I think. One is lighter and one is darker. In any case, sorry about that. In either case, it doesn't matter if you have a deck and they're both the same deck, that you're using the major arcana from the same deck, type of deck, or if you're using a majors only deck that you really like for some reason. You can use that in combination with any other deck that you're using. You don't need the Voyager Tarot to work with the Voyager Tarot, although it works seamlessly. You don't need, I'm looking at my bookshelf, the Orbifold Tarot to work with the Orbifold Tarot, but of course it would work seamlessly. And on and on and on. The Gaian Tarot, one of my favorites. That would be great to use the majors only, honestly, in conjunction with itself, with a whole Gaian deck, or in conjunction with any other deck. In any case, yeah, find what partnership, there we go, where'd my lover's card go? Find the partnership that works for you. You can use the tarot with oracle cards. You can use the tarot with Lenormand cards. Whatever system you like. How funny, the Great and Powerful Oz. I was going to say the Great and Powerful Janis Garan, which is a total joke. Give you permission to do tarot the way you do tarot. That's the best advice I can give anybody. So hopefully this little chat today about the Chibi Tarot and the Lover's card will let you know that you have choices, as many choices as you want as a reader, and you can commit or not commit to however many decks you want to use and in whatever way you want to use them. It's my advice for the day. Thank you for joining me on Tarot Off the Cuff, and I hope to see you in further adventures. Tarot on, everybody. Bye for now.
Hi, thanks for watching. This is Kevin Quigley with Tarot Off the Cuff. If you can take a second, click the subscribe button down below. That'll let you know when a new video is posted and you might want to jump over and watch it. If you hit the thumbs up for the videos that you really like, that will help spread the word so new people will find Tarot Off the Cuff in their feed, and that helps the channel grow. That would be great. And if you got a question or a comment, positive or negative, whether you agree or disagree, or if you want to add information or your own take on a particular card or a particular topic, put a comment down below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks so much.